KSP45 is a burst weapon featuring 3 burst mechanism, where when we press the fire button, 3 bullets are shot out one after another, and then there is a pause and 3 more bullets are shot out, and this continues till the 30 bullets in base mag are depleted. The overall fire rate of a spray is 517 rounds per minute, but since this is a burst weapon, the adjusted burst fire rate is 660 rounds per minute, and between 2 consecutive bursts we have 10 frames delay, which is similar to the chicken burst, which has the fastest interval between consecutive bursts. We have the same damage all over the body, and only the chest and head does slightly more. Chest hitbox isn't that useful because lower arm usually covers it, and head hitbox is 1.7 times the base damage, which is pretty high value, and if we can hit 2 headshots back to back in 15-meter range, then we have a 2-shot kill with 91 milliseconds time to kill. Otherwise we can 1 burst kill in 15-meter range with 182 milliseconds time to kill, and this is even hitting all leg shots. Till 25.1 meters we can 4-shot kill with 349 milliseconds time to kill, and chances of getting faster time to kill is very low in this range. Beyond 25.1 meters we have infinite 5-shot kill with 439 milliseconds time to kill, and if we see these stats from the lens of burst pattern, statistically we can 1 burst in 15-meter range, and then we have infinite 2 burst at all ranges, cause 4-shot and 5-shot kills are both considered in second burst, and these ranges can be boosted by attachments like Task Force Barrel, which offers 20% boost, meaning our 15-meter range is 18.1 meters, which is similar to Pharaoh 1 burst range with range boosting, and the second range is 30.1 meters, which is pretty good for a weapon which is used for playing aggressive. The effective range of this weapon is between 25 to 30 meters depending on if you choose to range boost or not, and ideally we will be taking 2 bursts to kill in the 15-meter range and around 4 bursts to kill at range, which is kind of a disadvantage compared to other full auto guns, but we will discuss that in a bit. Nonetheless, range boosting is viable to elongate the 1 burst range further, and now is a good time to leave a like and a comment to help support the video. Since this weapon is advertised as an aggressive weapon, it has really good mobility stats. Our ADS speed is 13 frames, which is the same as other aggressive SMGs like Mach 10, and 1 frame faster than Pharaoh. And if you look at our movement and ADS movement values, it's identical to Mach 10. Do check out my Mach 10 analysis here, and these values are slightly slower than Pharaoh, and sprint to fire is also the same, except for the sprint to Hipfire being 1 frame faster, which isn't a big deal. A point to note, the sprint to fire is slower for aggressive SMGs, and usually we would be boosting it, but on KSP we cannot do it without nerfing the Hipfire spread or using 2 attachments to improve the sprint to fire, which does not give us a balanced build. So this slower sprint to fire is something we just need to manage and cope with. We cannot improve it without forsaking something else. We can use the stock and foregrip to boost the ADS movement by 28% and get 5.14 meters per second ADS movement, which is so fast that we can just ADS and move around without the green laser light showing, and our movement speed is still fast while there is no footstep sound. Only a few guns are able to do this comfortably, like Mach 10 for example, as doing it on other guns like RPD for example is going to make us move like a tortoise. But hey, slow and steady wins the race, right? Anyway, the fast ADS movement meta really needs a nerf because the SMGs are way too fast to track properly now. KSP also has 30 bullets in base mag, 120 in reserve, which is the same as Mach 10, and only the reload speeds are barely slower on KSP, and we take 1.1 seconds to reload cancel in standard manner, that is whenever we want to reload without emptying the mag. The base iron sights are really clean and there is no need to use optics, and when using the weapon the recoil barely moves from our initial position, thus making recoil attachments utterly pointless, as even with Task Force Barrel, which makes both the horizontal and vertical recoil worse, we can still easily maintain our burst on the enemy, no problem. I wouldn't be surprised if people consider this a zero recoil gun, and YouTubers will title their video, "Oh my god, no recoil KSP Gunsmith, hashtag fast mobility zero recoil." And since this is a burst weapon, the ADS bullet spread is pretty tight, thus we can play range with the weapon as it is without needing to boost the bullet spread. Don't forget to share this video to your social media to help support it. KSP also has bullet speed in multiplayer, which is 450 meters per second, and this is same as AS Val. And just for comparison, M13 has 900 meters per second, while Oden has 700 meters per second. So this is on the slower side, but not as slow as Mach 10. At 450 meters per second, even without boosting the bullet speed, we can play till the 30 meter effective range easily. And for comparison, ASVAL has like 35 meter of good bullet speed range, and only after this it starts getting worse. So 450 meters per second isn't bad, although boosting the bullet speed will help play range better. BR also has bullet speed and it is the same as multiplayer, and this is slow for BR, making KSP only viable for close to mid-range. As from personal experience, at long range when enemy is using KSP and trying to shoot me, I can hear the gunshots, yet none of the bullets hit me as I move around. And this is due to the slow bullet speed, and this makes our bullets lag behind our aim by 20 frames, which is a lot of delay at range, why I only use this for close to mid-range. And boosting the bullet speed is essential in BR. Thus, as you can see from these stats, the weapon looks promising, boasting one of the highest mobility stats for SMG, along with having good time to kill at ranges, with easy recoil, etc., which may make it look meta, and people were freaking out on Twitter regarding this. But as I had said on Twitter, follow me by the way, stats aren't end to all. They are just a tool to help us make informed decisions, and we still need to test the guns out in practice to see if it performs good or not, and KSP fails here. And I wouldn't consider it a top 10 weapon this season. By the way, I'm yet to make a top 10 best guns video, so subscribe to see it when I upload. Anyway, KSP is improved over other burst weapons like Pharaoh or Chicken, and it will be fine to call it the best burst SMG right now, but its main drawback is the burst mechanism and the delay we have between shots. If you can get the one burst kill, then well and good, and we have 182 milliseconds time to kill, which is faster than other aggressive SMGs, but if we don't, then we have 10 frames delay between bursts, which is very punishing, and this adds up to our time to kill. Why missing shots is more punishing for burst weapons compared to full auto guns, and why burst weapons are considered a high skill weapon, as we really need to get that one burst kill, otherwise most of the full auto guns are going to kill us. The other issue is tracking, as burst weapons shoot their bullets quickly, while we need a sniper like playstyle where we first aim on the enemy and then shoot, so we are consistent with our one burst kill. And instead of holding down the shoot button like we do with the full auto weapons, it is better to manually aim and press the fire button only when we are sure that all of our bullets in our burst will hit the enemy. This is easier said than done, why burst weapons, even though they may be good, have never been used in meta, unless they're simply the best like the Pharaoh meta in the OG days. We have to have this prediction style of aim where we predict the enemy movement and aim where they can be next so our shots can hit them. And right now meta is dominated by fast ADS movement weapons, making this prediction and tracking even harder to do consistently. Why even good guns like Oden, which in some previous season would definitely have been meta, don't even make top 10 right now. And it's not the gun or the stats at fault. It is this current meta and weapon ecosystem which COD Mobile has created which is to be blamed. Coming to the best guns with attachments, sound suppression is recommended as the gun is quite loud and everyone in the map will know where we are shooting from. Using suppressor quietnesses loud sound by a lot. Light suppressor is good if you only care about sound suppression, and 5% range makes the 15 meter range 14.4 meter and the 25.1 meter range to 23.9 meters, which are minimal changes. Although I prefer the agency suppressor because horizontal recoil nerf doesn't affect it too much and the other muzzle attachments aren't worth using. Coming to barrel, stay away from the heavy barrel. The mobility cons are not worth it. Cavalry barrel is nice for purely range boost, and extended barrel is the best for boosting the bullet speed, and this is what I recommend for BR. Task force barrel is best as recoil isn't affected too much and the range boost along with bullet speed boost is really nice to have. This is the recoil with both agency suppressor and task force barrel, and the weapon is still usable even at range. For stock, remember how I said we cannot improve the sprint to fire without forsaking something else? We either need to give up on having good hipfire spread or having an unoptimal build. Having bad hipfire spread is no go, as we usually improve sprint to fire so we can react faster in hipfire situations. Faster reactions with poor hipfire spread is counterproductive. But for stock, lightweight stock is best. I do not recommend no stock or agile stock, and marathon stock is only useful for hipfire build. For rear grips, Russell is best, but our base ADS speed is already fast that even if we use attachments which make ADS speed slower, we'll end up like having a 14 frames ADS speed build, which is plenty fast, and we don't need to boost ADS speed much. For mag, extended mag is go-to as fast reload is just like sleight of hand. For underbarrel, only striker foregrip is worth it, and red cell if making a sprint to fire focused build. Else the BD foregrip for lesser horizontal recoil. Watch this video to learn why the attachments which improve sprint speed isn't worth using. Finally, coming to lasers, 5MW and aim assist laser are the best. The 5MW laser is really good as this is the base hipfire spread. It is all over the place, and this gun demands we finish our fights in 2 bursts in close range. So hipfire firing like this is counterproductive, but when using the 500W laser, it makes the spread much tighter, and we can one burst enemies till around 8 meters by only hip firing, making this attachment worth using. However, since sprint to fire is a con for this weapon, a good buff will be offering like 30% better sprint to fire for this attachment, while adding some other cons like worse ADS speed, so we will need to use the Russell to balance the ADS speed out. This will allow for better close range capability while offering balanced builds. Please take a note of it, COD Mobile developers. ADS bullet spread is plenty good that aim assist laser isn't needed, but we can use it if we want, and those are the best attachments to use. By the way, do join our Discord server for best gunsmith builds coming to gunsmith builds. I was using this in video. It has something of everything from range boost to better bullet speed to ADS movement and awesome hip fire for close range situations. Just the recoil can be an issue for some, but it wasn't for me. The other is the same but with extended mag instead of laser, and I'd recommend this for standard build. And if the recoil is an issue, then change to the foregrip, which will allow for better horizontal recoil. Or we can also use the extended barrel for better bullet speed without making the recoil worse. For aggressive build, we can try this, and mag is also an option. And for hipfire focused build, can go with this, else the Russell grip. Mag can also be changed instead. And one note, when making a custom build and you don't know which attachment to forsake, mag is the easiest attachment to let go. There are a very few ways to build a good gunsmith build for KSP, and attachments will revolve around the good attachments I mentioned earlier. So feel free to make a combination which suits you the best. I'll personally use this for an overall build, this for if you don't care about hipfire, and this if recoil seems to be an issue for you, and also this one. Just make sure to use Skulker perk if ADS movement seems slow, as this will boost it by 12% overall. So our previous 5.14 meters per second will end up being 5.75 meters per second, which is absurdly fast, and we can win all of our gunfights by simply moving left and right, as tracking such fast ADS movement is very hard. For BR Gunsmith, first of all, I don't recommend this gun in BR as we have better guns to use for playing close to mid range, and for a full list of good guns to use, you can check out this video. But essential attachments is the extended barrel and 500W laser, and we couple it with mag, and I'd use the striker foregrip to improve the movement, as improving 30% sprint to fire with 2 attachments is not worth using. Final attachment, I usually prefer suppressor, but you can use sleight of hand or whatever else you prefer. So this is one build and this is the other build if focusing on sprint to fire. Use this weapon for close to mid range and prefer to use a support weapon for long ranges like RPD, and watch this video to understand why RPD is meta in BR. In closing, I don't have much to say, just help make this video popular by like, comment and sharing it on your social media. The pistol is the next analysis, so see you on that video and bye.